A woman vanished without a trace, no goodbye message, no warning, no sign of a struggle. Then days passed, weeks passed, months passed. Eventually, an entire year went by. Nobody knew where she was, nobody knew what happened. Then investigators made a shocking discovery. They finally found her remains, but instead of solving the mystery, it created even more questions. Who was Melissa Casias? How did she disappear? What happened during that missing year? And why are people still searching for answers today? Stay until the end, because every answer in this case leads to an even bigger question. When Melissa disappeared, investigators immediately faced one major question. Where did she go? At first, some people believed she left voluntarily. Maybe she wanted time alone, maybe she was dealing with something personal, maybe she simply wanted to disappear for a while. But as the days turned into weeks, that explanation became harder to believe. If she chose to leave, why didn't she contact anyone? Why didn't she tell her family she was safe? Why didn't she leave behind any explanation? Then another question appeared. Was she alone when she disappeared, or was someone else involved? Investigators searched for clues, friends were interviewed, records were examined, timelines were reconstructed, yet the mystery only grew deeper. Another question soon emerged. Could this have been an accident? Maybe something unexpected happened, maybe she got lost, maybe she found herself in a dangerous situation, but if that was true, why was it taking so long to find her? Why was there so little evidence? Every possible answer seemed to create another mystery. And that is exactly why the case captured so much attention. People wanted answers, but answers were difficult to find. Part 2. The answers. Months passed. Search efforts continued. Investigators refused to give up. Then, after nearly a year, something changed. Human remains were discovered in a remote area. For a brief moment, nobody knew whose remains they were. Then, the forensic results arrived. The remains belonged to Melissa Casias. The search was finally over, but the mystery was not. In fact, it was only entering a new phase. One question had finally been answered. Melissa had been found. But the most important questions remained unanswered. How did she end up there? What happened before her death? Was anyone else involved? Could this tragedy have been prevented? The discovery brought closure to one part of the story, but it opened the door to countless new questions. Investigators continued examining every piece of evidence. Every detail mattered. Every clue mattered. Every unanswered question mattered. Because sometimes the smallest detail can completely change an investigation. As news of the discovery spread, people across the internet began discussing the case. Some believed the truth was close. Others believed the biggest secrets had yet to be revealed. But one thing was clear. Nobody had the full picture. Not yet. As with many mysterious cases, theories quickly appeared. The first theory was simple. Perhaps this was a tragic accident. Perhaps Melissa found herself in a dangerous situation and was unable to get help. Many people considered this possibility. After all, accidents happen every day, but others believed this theory left too many questions unanswered. The second theory was more troubling. Some people wondered whether another person could have been involved. Could someone know more than they were saying? Could there be details that investigators had not revealed publicly? These questions fueled endless discussions online. However, there is an important fact to remember. Speculation is not evidence, and theories are not proof. Without confirmed facts, these ideas remain possibilities, not conclusions. Then came the third theory, the theory that perhaps a crucial piece of the story is still missing. A missing detail, a missing witness, a missing clue. Something that could completely change how people understand the case. Supporters of this theory believe the investigation may still reveal important information in the future, but nobody knows for certain. And that uncertainty is what keeps the mystery alive. Open ending today, we know some facts. We know Melissa disappeared. We know she remained missing for a long time. We know her remains were eventually discovered, and we know investigators continue searching for answers. But what happened between the day she vanished and the day she was found? That question remains at the centre of the mystery. Maybe future evidence will provide answers, maybe investigators will uncover new information, or maybe some parts of this story will remain unknown forever. Because not every mystery ends with a clear explanation. Not every question received